In the dimly lit basement laboratory of Dr. Victor Castellan, a brilliant but eccentric scientist, the air was charged with an otherworldly energy. Rows of scientific equipment hummed in the background as the renowned geneticist peered through his thick-rimmed glasses at the centuries-old tomb he had unearthed. His curiosity and thirst for knowledge had led him to this moment, an endeavor that would defy the laws of nature. The tomb, shrouded in an aura of mystery, contained the remains of a legendary werewolf, said to have terrorized a small village 3 centuries ago. Driven by an insatiable desire to unravel the secrets of the supernatural, Dr. Castellan meticulously conducted his research. Combining ancient texts with cutting-edge genetic technology, his goal was to reanimate the werewolf and uncover the truth behind the legends that had haunted the region for generations. After months of tireless work, Dr. Castellan stood before the ancient tomb, prepared to breathe life into the long-forgotten creature. The air crackled with anticipation as he recited incantations from an ancient grimoire and activated an intricate series of devices. The room pulsated with an ethereal glow, and the atmosphere shifted, as if the very fabric of reality was being rewritten. To the amazement of the scientist, the centuries-old tomb began to tremble, and a low growl emanated from within. The lid creaked open, revealing the reanimated werewolf, its fur matted and eyes glowing with an otherworldly intensity. Dr. Castellan couldn't believe the success of his experiment. The creature that had once been a harbinger of terror now stood before him, breathing once again after 3 centuries of slumber. However, much to Dr. Castellan's surprise, the resurrected werewolf appeared more bewildered than menacing. Its once fearsome countenance now bore an expression of confusion and vulnerability. The creature, having been thrust into a world it no longer recognized, blinked at the scientist with large, plaintive eyes. The scientist observed the creature, noting its timid demeanor and apparent lack of aggression. He cautiously approached, realizing that the werewolf, despite its fearsome reputation, seemed more frightened than frightening. As Dr. Castellan studied the creature's behavior, he detected an underlying air of insecurity. The werewolf shuffled awkwardly, avoiding eye contact as if plagued by self-doubt. Intrigued by this unexpected turn of events, the scientist decided to delve deeper into the psyche of the creature he had brought back to life. Over the following weeks, Dr. Castellan dedicated himself to understanding the peculiar personality of the reanimated werewolf. He named the creature Theodore, a moniker that seemed to suit the nebbish and timid nature that had manifested. In an attempt to communicate with Theodore, Dr. Castellan delved into the extensive archives of supernatural lore. As it turned out, Theodore's original human identity was that of a meek and introverted village scholar, who had been wrongfully accused of lycanthropy. The legend of the fearsome werewolf had been born from a series of tragic misjudgments and superstitions. Instead of the ferocious beast the scientist had anticipated, Theodore emerged as a creature riddled with anxieties and insecurities. Dr. Castellan, fascinated by the paradox before him, embarked on an unexpected journey to help Theodore navigate the modern world. The scientist introduced Theodore to the wonders of the 21st century, from smartphones to electric cars. The werewolf, initially terrified by the advancements of human civilization, gradually adapted with a mix of curiosity and trepidation. Theodore's timid nature often clashed comically with the fast-paced, technology-driven society he found himself in. One day, as they strolled through the bustling city streets, Theodore's large, furry ears perked up at the sound of a distant siren. Panic flashed across his eyes, and he frantically scanned the surroundings, seeking refuge. Dr. Castellan couldn't help but chuckle at Theodore's reaction, realizing that the creature still harbored a deep-rooted fear of being pursued. Despite his nebbish tendencies, Theodore developed a peculiar charm that endeared him to those who crossed his path. His vulnerability resonated with people, and the werewolf found himself unexpectedly popular among a diverse group of individuals who appreciated his authenticity. Theodore's journey of self-discovery took an unexpected turn when he stumbled upon a support group for supernatural beings, trying to acclimate to the human world. Vampires, witches, and other creatures of the night gathered in a dimly lit community center, sharing their struggles and triumphs and navigating the complexities of modern life. In this eclectic gathering, Theodore found camaraderie with beings who had faced similar challenges. The support group, led by a charismatic vampire with a penchant for motivational speeches, embraced Theodore as one of their own. The werewolf, once an outcast feared by villagers, now belonged to a community that celebrated diversity and embraced the quirks of the supernatural. As Theodore's confidence grew, Dr. Castellan marveled at the unexpected outcome of his experiment. The once nebbish and timid werewolf had blossomed into a creature of self-assurance, challenging the stereotypes that had haunted him for centuries. However, the tranquility of Theodore's new life was shattered when a shadow from the past emerged. A group of hunters, descendants of those who had once persecuted Theodore, discovered the existence of the reanimated werewolf. Fueled by ancient prejudices and superstitions, they sought to eliminate what they perceived as a threat to their community. Dr. Castellan, determined to protect Theodore from harm, rallied the support group and devised a plan to confront the hunters. The eclectic assembly of supernatural beings, each with their unique abilities and talents, united against the common threat. As the confrontation unfolded in the moonlit night, Theodore found himself at the forefront of the battle, driven by a newfound sense of courage and supported by his newfound community. The once timid werewolf faced the hunters with a resolute determination. The clash between ancient fears and contemporary acceptance played out under the canopy of stars, echoing the timeless struggle between prejudice and progress. The hunters, blinded by their ancestral biases, underestimated the resilience of the supernatural beings they faced. The support group, led by Theodore's courage, repelled the threat, sending the hunters retreating into the shadows. The victory marked a turning point for Theodore, who had not only overcome his own insecurities, but had also become a symbol of resistance against antiquated beliefs. In the aftermath of the confrontation, Theodore stood tall, a transformed werewolf who had defied the expectations of both the past and present. Dr. Castellan, witnessing the triumph of his experiment, realized that Theodore's journey had transcended the realm of scientific curiosity. It had become a testament to the power of acceptance, self-discovery, and the ability to forge connections in the most unexpected places. As Theodore continued to navigate the complexities of his new life, he became an advocate for the supernatural community, challenging stereotypes and fostering understanding between humans and beings of the night. Dr. Castellan, content with the unintended outcome of his experiment, marveled at the extraordinary tale that had unfolded within the walls of his basement laboratory. The nebbish and timid werewolf, once confined to the pages of ancient legends, had rewritten his own story. Theodore had embraced his newfound identity, transforming into a creature of resilience, compassion, and unexpected courage, and in doing so, he had become not just a reanimated experiment, but a living testament to the enduring power of change and acceptance in a world that constantly evolved. Thanks for watching. If you would like to see more of our original stories, then please like and subscribe, and share and leave comments.